Guys, this is a really important video. It's one of the bigger bits of maths that you'll be doing this term for this topic. And these are the strategies to minimize the interest that you pay in a home loan. Just a really big component of this topic is understanding how you actually reduce the amount of interest that you pay in a home loan, because it's going to be assessed in your tests and in your folio task. Remember that the interest charge for each period of the home loan, so each repayment period, is actually based on whatever you owe at that time. So anything that you can do to reduce what you owe the bank faster, well, the percentage worked out on a smaller and smaller number is going to be better for you. So if you reduce what you owe the bank faster, that's going to reduce the amount of interest you pay. So we break up the main ways of reducing interest on a home loan into these four main ways. The first one is making more frequent repayments. Okay, so if you increase P per Y, so the payments per year, that'll make your payments smaller. But even though they're smaller, you're reducing the balance more quickly. Okay, you're reducing it more often. So interest percentage calculation is based on a smaller and smaller number more regularly, so you pay off the loan faster. The second way of reducing the interest on a home loan would be to make larger repayments. So let's say you keep the frequency of your payments the same, but instead you choose to pay a larger amount each time. That's plainly going to reduce the balance quicker, so you're going to pay off the loan faster. There's another method. Let's say you're borrowing the same amount of money, but you decide to pay it off in, say, 20 years instead of 25. That's going to decrease N. Your payments are going to become bigger, but because your payments can become bigger, your balance reduces quicker, so you do end up paying the loan faster as well. Might be harder on you though. And the last one is making a big lump sum repayment of the principal. So if you're allowed to by the bank, you can decide to make a big voluntary payment, and that immediately reduces the balance by a large amount, and you end up paying the loan faster because, well, the balance was reduced. And just a quick note, it won't affect your exercises, okay, because they all assume that you can, but in reality, and maybe for your DI, these all rely on the lender actually allowing to use any of these methods. So this might be something that you say is an assumption. Terms and conditions often will stop you from doing these, but you can jump over that hurdle when you get to it. Okay, so we're going to work with this initial base example. We're going to pretend you're going to take out a $500,000 loan over 25 years. That's an interest rate of 8.5% per annum. That's getting charged monthly, compounded monthly, and you're making fortnightly repayments. We're going to look at what happens here, what the regular repayments are, and then work out how much interest is paid over the life of the loan, and then we're going to investigate these four different methods and see how the interest paid is reduced with each of those methods. Alright, so we're going to grab TVM Solver and sort out this question 1 and 2, and this will be our base example. So, alright, TVM. N is going to be, well, you're making fortnightly repayments, so the P per year is going to be 26, and it's going for 25 years, so it's going to be 26 times by 25, which is 650. The interest rate is 8.5%. Your loan is $500,000 positive because the bank is giving you that money. We're solving for payments, so we'll leave that and put a star next to it. You're taking out the loan and paying it off, so you're trying to owe zero at the end. And then payments per year, we said were fortnightly, so 26 times per year, and it compounds, well, interest is charged monthly, so that happens 12 times a year. So if you do that and you solve for PMT, you will get negative 1854.69 to 2 decimal places. So that's the answer to question, the first part. Fortnightly payments of $1,854.69. 2. How much interest will be paid over the life of the loan? So remember, for loans and any annuity where you're making regular repayments, the interest is going to be the payments and times by how many payments you made minus the initial amount. Okay, so we're going to use that formula. Interest paid is going to be 1854.69 times 650 minus 500,000. So I go to my calculator. 1854.69 times by 650. That gives you $1,205,548.50 minus 500,000. So what that's telling you is, in total for this loan, you are paying back over over 1,200,000 to borrow 500,000, and that is not an unrealistic thing to happen. So minus 500,000 from that, you'll get $705,548.50 interest for this base example. So we're going to try and remember that throughout all our testing. Okay, so the next thing we're going to try out is going to be making more frequent repayments. So let's change this. So we're going to do more frequent repayments. We're going to make the payments happen every week. Change fortnightly to weekly. Okay, so PY is going to be 52 this time. So we need to work out what the payment's going to be. Now it's going to be fortnightly, so we need TVM again. N's going to be, the payment's going to be made every week now, so it's going to be 52 times by the 25 years. So 52 times by 25, that's going to be 1,300 payments made in total. The interest rate is remaining the same. We are only wanting to test what happens when you make more frequent repayments. So before it was fortnightly, now you're doing it twice as often. It's going to be weekly. You're paying off a $500,000 loan. We're trying to work out what the new payments are going to be because they're happening more often, twice as often, and we don't know what they're going to be, so we're going to solve for that to start off with. We want the loan to be finished, so we don't want to owe anything at the end. And payments per year now is going to be 52 because you'll be paying once a week. It's still compounding every month. Okay, so when I solve for PMT, after I change PY to 52, but make sure that CY stays at 12, you should get a weekly repayment of $926.59 to 2 decimal points. So your 1 this time is going to be $926.59. We're going to work out how much interest is charged this time. Remember, the only difference now is you're paying twice as often. Okay? And you're paying a smaller amount, but twice as often. Let's see what happens there. So the interest is going to be $926.59, 1,300 times, and then minus the loan amount 500,000. Alright, so go back to the calculator. 926.59 times by 1300 gives you a total payment of 1204567. You can already see right now the total that you are paying over this time is less. See, it was 12055 for $8.50. Now it's 1204567 minus the $500,000 principal. And you get a total interest charge of 704,567 interest. So you can see how that method works. Paying more frequent repayments, even though you don't change anything else, you're paying more times. You're paying more times, a less amount, more times, actually still ends up with you paying less interest. So that's the first technique. I'm going to do the next 3 techniques in a separate video, so I'll see you on that one.